Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new Hog Rider deck that's been hammering away at the top of the meta. The ranked 10 player in the world only uses this strategy. Each month he makes small adjustments to the deck to ensure it's the best it can be in the meta. Putting in the Bomb Tower instead of Tesla for extra damage against splash decks, Ice Golem because it got a recent buff for a faster cycle, and having 3 spells to destroy Royale recruits and Firecracker bait decks. But the core destructive damage of Evolve Barbarians Inferno Dragon with Hog Rider freeze always stays the same. Locking onto tower with Inferno Dragon or Evolve Barbarians when you freeze sends your opponent straight to the Shadow Realm. And it's beyond a shadow of a doubt that opponents will not be appreciating Hog Rider freeze either. With 3 different ways to win, there's always opportunities available. It's time to instill fear in our opponents with freeze, get some huge hammer hits, and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Thanks to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. Hey, this guy's gonna have a Mega Knight and a Mortar evolution in the banner, and I don't think he's really running either of those. As soon as we see wall breakers, it's probably going to be Magic Archer Minor wall breakers. There's a chance of something different, but I don't think he's going to be that devious. I don't think he's going to be that sketchy and scary for us. So I'm going to Ice Golem in the back because after I see bats, I think it's going to be a little bit better for us to play passive. Nice. Whenever we have arrows for Firecracker, that is just serendipity. It's a good feeling to see something so awesome like that. Because most of the time when you run arrows, you just don't find any good things to counter it with. You're like, man, I put it in my deck and never get the good matchups.
Skip. But when does this game get good?
But we're going to go for Barbarians here on top of the wall breakers, and then I can maybe go for simultaneous aggression. The cool thing about this is you can go for a freeze with the Evo Barbarians once you get them unlocked. And then, obviously, that takes towers. You can freeze with the Inferno Dragon. You can freeze with the Hog Rider. There's so many different things that we can do. Oh, I am definitely going to freeze your bats and collect a free win. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me do that. It's a cool vibe. That's the reason that this deck works so well. The guy is always spewing wows because he can't ever anticipate anything else. He's just like, okay, there's an Inferno Dragon, and you have a Hog Rider deck, and then you've got freeze? I wasn't ready for that. I thought my bats would completely clean up. And he's still surprised. You know what? Free win. We'll jump on to the next one. As you can see, this guy is not happy though. With that eye roll, we rolled him. It's always an easy game when you laser a tower down in 2 seconds with an Inferno Dragon. Hey, guys, got a Firecracker evolution in the banner. So we'll see what he's going to do. He's from the Foul clan, so maybe he's going to have some foul behavior out here with the goblins at the start and spamming some other stuff after. I mean, lots of bait cards most of the time in the meta, and that's why this deck has 3 small spells. You know, I guess 2 small spells. We can't really count the freeze as a small spell. Maybe the freeze is going to like hide and just try to, I don't know, pretend that it can count as the Bard Brill or arrows. It's like,
Hey, I'm 1 elixir away from the arrows. Where's the cutoff line?
so we're trying to cut through with the Barbarians on the right-hand side and maybe delve in deep with a freeze. It's not necessarily the smartest decision to do that, but I wanted to cycle my Barbarians. I could have split them in the back. I did not want to cycle them near the Inferno Dragon, though, just because there was a chance he was going to have Fireball, and guess what? He did have it. So, how are we going to win this? Strategy against someone that's got Fireball and Royal Ghost. Likely looking like it's going to be some sort of, like, Royal Giant deck, I had to guess. So, I want to... Yeah, there's RG as expected. We're going to go in for the Bomb Tower here, and then we're going to go for Inferno Dragon, just because I don't think that the Inferno Dragon is going to be the best answer by itself. Because the Royal Giant will still get damage on the tower, and obviously the Bomb Tower doesn't fully counter the RG, so we always have to give it a little bit of support. That Bomb Tower needs some help, whether it's from the Barbarians or the Inferno Dragon, especially in the later stages of the game where our opponent's going to be fireballing on the Barbarians and it's a little bit predictable. We have to go for tool counters every time. Gonna go in for a Fisherman? He is. Let's mess it up. Nice. I mean, that could have been better. I was kind of hoping that we would mess it up at a different point where the Bomb Tower... Oh, is it going to die? Nice! Okay. Wait, that was perfect. I was going to say, where the Bomb Tower is able to counter his Royal Giant, and then we can counter his Fisherman, everything's getting countered. And it worked out just as well as we wanted. I was looking at it. I was doubting myself. The doubt was creeping in, but we did not get creeped on out here by the Fisher Boy. I mean, always going for a Bomb Tower to go and push back the Royal Giant so it doesn't get any damage. And then, you know, making sure that the Royal Giant locks onto that instead. Wow, he only got 1 hit. Oh, I thought it was from the Ghost, but it was a Royal Giant hit. Dang it. I said the Royal Giant wasn't going to get damage, and then it decided to. It's fine. It's okay. We're going to Royal Giant counter every time now with the Inferno Dragon, I think. And interesting Fisherman. It's not even able to pull. I guess he dropped it a little bit prematurely. He was looking at it, and he was freaking out. I think his mental got messed with because we went in for the Fisherman counter last time, so he didn't expect it to work as well. So the freeze is going to hold the rail giant just long enough that we can get back to a bomb tower. And that's a really good defense. I don't think we're going to take much damage. And then we can go for an ice golem in front of our hog rider. So it's going to be harder for him to go and pull that with the fisherman. I bet you he tries to go in for like goblins to like kill the ice golem as quick as he can. And then he's going to try to go for a fisherman afterward. But it's going to be a little bit too late. It's still going to get that last hit before he pulls. Nice. That was so clean to not even have to use the freeze because I knew the interaction. I knew the fisherman was going to be late to the party. And we're going to be dipping out of this game with an easy win. If you guys hate playing against RG or any big beatdown deck when you've got Bomb Tower, Inferno Dragon, and Barbarians, rather easy victories. Shun, do not shun me for running freeze. I know it's typically a despicable strategy, but today, this is the way that we want to play. We're able to fully counter the wall breakers, but whenever I see wall breakers, I'm always intimidated. Usually it's Magic Archer Tornado with a good answer to Hog Rider with the Bomb Tower or the Tornado, so I don't like dropping at the start. But after seeing minions, I think it's going to be a Mega Knight deck. So against Mega Knight, we definitely want to operate a bit differently and not go for the Ice Golem because then it's more Mega Knight value for our opponent. I bet you he drops it. Nice. We're on fire today with the predictions. Last time we predicted against the Royal Giant. Now we're predicting against the Mega Knight, and we know exactly what people are playing before they even showcase their win condition. Just easy to make these predictions once you've seen enough cards in their deck. And once you've played a lot of Clash Royale matches, you have like this weird algorithm in your brain and you're like, I am a robot. I've identified 2 cards. It has to be this, according to what we've seen in the meta based off of our memory. Anyway, this guy is going to go in for a bandit. So he's going to have minions back in cycle soon. If we Inferno Dragon on top of the bandit, then we can get minions out of cycle and then we can arrows on them. I guess he doesn't want to. What if we just go in for a really aggressive play and force the minions and then arrows on them? Yeah, that's exactly what's up. I love making plays like that because I knew if I ate the wall breakers, he would get traumatized by the fact that he didn't have anything besides cheap bait cards. Well, what happens to the bait cards when they get arrowed? They go poof. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And then Mr. Mega Man, you guys look at that and you're like, oh man, I hate playing against that thing. Watch as elite barbarians or evolved barbarians, I guess in this case, just delete them. I spent 5 elixir. He went for a Mega Knight, he went for a Zap, and he also went in for a Bandit. So he dropped 12 elixir, I dropped 5, and his units took a huge dive. That is insane. 5 elixir for 12 is a ludicrous elixir trade that you guys should not be able to do in Clash Royale. But that's what Evolved Barbarians make possible on defense, and that's why they're one of the strongest cards in the game. So 100%, if you guys are really not having a good time against Mega Knight, do that surround with Barbarians, and you will be just destroying them. All right, we're going to go Barbarians here again on top of the wall breakers. That full counters as well. Barbarians, there's not much that they can't do. If your opponent goes in for a Knight plus Hog Rider, and the Hog Rider goes in front of the Knight because it always will, because the Knight will stop and start targeting the first Barbarian, the Hog Rider will try to like go through the rest of the Barbarians. It won't get any damage on your tower, and that's Knight plus Hog Rider. So yeah, pretty insane how well it works. Would really encourage y'all to use Barbarians on defense if you're struggling at mid ladder. And this deck is perfect to do that because you also have freeze, which doesn't really matter what tower level or levels you have with the freeze, because the duration of the freeze stays the same no matter what your upgrade is. So that's one of the reasons why I like this deck so much for ladder. Anyway, we're going to go in for a Barbarians here, and then we should just be able to win. I don't think he's able to break through. Notice how I dropped it too, so then the Mega Knight didn't jump. I was waiting for the Mega Knight to get up close and personal without it getting in jumping range of my Barbarian. So it just stood there getting slapped silly by the Barbarians, making little progress towards our tower. Hey, we got a game against Mr. Miner. So first things first, if he's going to be digging towards our tower, we have to make sure that we have the protection mechanism of the Barbarians. We're going to split them up in the back. They're going to work pretty well on defense no matter where our opponent's going to go and dive. And the dude is going to drop his own Barbarians. So I think that's okay. I mean, we're a little bit faster with the Barbarian, so we replenish our elixir quicker. So I'm in a winning percentage point of view, maybe. I don't know. It's looking bad, though, that he's dropping a Lava Hound in the back because our only available anti-air answer is our Inferno Dragon. We also don't have Tesla. We don't have Inferno Tower. We just have one little dragon dude. So hopefully he's going to be able to melt everything from our opponent. I went for Barbarian, expecting our opponent to go Skeleton Dragons or Inferno Dragon, and our Inferno Dragon might do something here, hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to get a Hog Rider to defend, and then I'm going to go in for a Bomb Tower. You guys are like, what is this Hog Rider doing? Well, the Hog Rider is doing a lot. It's soaking up the Skeleton Dragon shots, so then the Balloon doesn't immediately just go and kill our Bomb Tower, because the Skeleton Dragons plus Balloon, if they all targeted the Bomb Tower at once, that would have been catastrophic for me. So he got a lot of damage, but he would have taken my entire tower if that Hog Rider didn't tank for everything. So Looking pretty bad, but maybe there's a way we can win. Mr. Miner, I thought you wouldn't be running this deck. I thought you might be running like Miner Poison. I don't even know what the Y would stand for, but maybe like, I don't know. You guys let me know down below in the comment section. We're getting melted by this man dropping the Inferno Dragon now, and I think I can go for Barbarians. I hope that the Inferno Dragon locks onto that. Nice. It's going to Fireball. Okay, not so nice. Wait, he missed a lot of the Barbarians. This could work out. This could be good. I don't know. Wait, it's looking really good right now. We can get spicy with the freeze. We got 3 Barbarian brothers on the tower, and they are increasing their attack speed with each subsequent attack. So, I got a little bit too fired up there. And now I realize I'm still losing. It feels bad, man. The reality, when it hits hard. Okay, so we need some clarity right now. How are we going to win this game? I guess I can go for a Hog Rider right into Barbarians from our opponent. Feel bad, man. Yep, feels real bad, man. We're going to go in for a Barbarians counter with our bomb tower. Then we can drop Barbarians at the river on the right-hand side and see how this works. I don't think it's working, guys, but it's something. All right, we're going to go in for an Ice Golem here, and then maybe we arrows. This is decent. You know, it's not that bad. It's kind of doing things. And then we can go in for a Hog Rider, and then we can freeze on Goblins, which isn't really a good strategy, but we're doing it anyway because we have to. It's going to give us like 2 hits, which is literally barely anything. Oh, 3, never mind. Okay, light work. You like that? Maybe we can go for Evo Barbs and Ice Golem. I don't think this is going to do much, but I don't think he's got Fireball in cycle, so hopefully it does. And if he gets back to it, I'm sad. Okay, I'm super sad. That's actually awful. All right, we can go arrows here on the Lava Hound again, and then melt everything, and the Barbarians are on the tower, and then we can go for a Hog Rider. We know he's back to Barbarians. Feels bad, man. How am I going to defend against the Skeleton Dragons? Well, I got to go for a Bar Barrel. Hog Rider does not get a hit there. We really needed that to happen. Man, this game has been wild. All right, we're in a Bomb Tower here. We're going to Inferno Dragon on top of the Balloon. Then Balloon does get pulled, which is really, really important. That didn't happen. We would have lost. We can get an Ice Golem down, so then his Inferno Dragon locks onto that. Do you think the Balloon gets death damage on our tower? If he Fireballs, he would have gotten a hit. He would have forced out a freeze from me. Okay, I guess we can Hog Rider and arrows on Goblins, and then freeze after. Is this going to win us the game? There's no way, right? He's going to Fireball. Ah, should have frozen. I didn't expect the Hog Rider to survive. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, please. Please, freeze cheese. I mean, it's not bad. It did do things. It just didn't do enough things. Okay, we're going to get a Ice Golem down here. Get him to go for Barbarians, possibly. I'm going to go Barbarians to the right. Try to force out the Fireballs. And then arrows on everything again. Nice. Give a really high Bomb Tower to go and pull his Balloon. Get a Fireball here. We can get back to another Inferno Dragon so we can melt the Balloon. And then Fireball's out of cycle, so we do have Evo Barbs. There's another chance that we have here, guys. I don't know if it can work. I just want it to work. I'm willing it to work with all of my existence. Wait, if we freeze. No way. There's actually a shot. There's literally a chance. One more hit is all we need for this victory. Oh my gosh, this has been one of the weirdest games I've ever played in my life, and I think I'm going to win with freeze, which is only adding to the chaos. And you know what? We take those. Finally finishing the game with freeze is not something that you have happen every day. We must have unlocked a new achievement against Mr. Miner. We've pushed up to 9,600 in the world. We are ascending up ladder quite quick, winning every game we play, so now Sparky is standing in our way. I think that if I play this correctly with the Inferno Dragon and freeze, I could get a pretty good trade. The bad thing about it is I have to cycle some elixir right now, and I don't want to drop Barbarians in the back into that. I think I'm still going to, just in case. If I cycle some Barbarian on the other side, it's just going to get ignored. I do have freeze, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So that's what I'm going to roll with. We're going to freeze here. We'll see what we can do. Maybe even going for a Bomb Tower. Generally, I like doing stuff like this where we know that the Barbarian... Oh, one of the Barbarians going to get hit, and then the Sparky doesn't hit them all? Oh, well, kind of. One of the Barbarians stayed alive. The exact opposite of what I was hoping for. I was hoping it would hit one Barbarian, and then all the other ones would stay alive. That's okay. It's fine. I had dreams. They were turned absolutely despicably into memes. But it's okay. All right. We're going to go in for a Bar Barrel here on top of the Barbarians, most likely. And then with the Ice Golem, I think we're fine. It's interesting to see like a standard giant instead of a Goblin Giant. I mean, Goblin Giant's one of the best cards in the game, but this guy's refusing to play it right now. Maybe he hasn't leveled it up. Sometimes, you know, meta shift, and then people haven't leveled up the most overpowered cards in the game. And I think that might have happened to this guy. Who knows, though? I'm going to go for arrows so the Inferno Dragon is able to melt the Skeleton King, and then I can go for a Hog Rider to go and get some extra damage here. Potentially go for a freeze depending on what we're feeling. Oh, yeah, definitely going to go for a freeze on the Sparky and the Hunter. That is so worth. That is really nice. How many hits am I getting with that Hog Rider? Oh my gosh, that's insane. The Hunter doesn't do anything that he wants. It just massively misses. That's cool. All right, so I'm looking at this game, and I don't end up having the Barbarian plus freeze on defense like we would typically want. So maybe we're going to do something a little bit different. I can go for an Ice Golem here, freeze the Sparky with the Ice Golem Nova, and then just use our Barbarians on defense against the Giant, right? There's no way he Giants at the river right now. He knows that I have Barbarians and Inferno Dragon. Yeah, he's too smart for that. That's unfortunate. People at lower levels of skill will just be like, oh, there's no building. And then they spam into you, and then you auto-win the game. But this guy is significantly smarter than that. All right, we're going to go and split up our Barbarians just like he did. We could Hog Rider on the left-hand side. He's going to go for a Sparky, so I don't want to go on the same side as him anymore. I don't really feel like sacrificing a 4-elixir Hog Rider, so we'll try to force out some extra elixir on the other side. If we get the Hunter, that's worth it. It's always nice to have that happen. I'm going to go for a freeze since we still have the Barbarians alive. And then we might be able to just melt the Giant. If we are able to melt the Giant, that's some Giant work for us. Let's go. No win condition for you. Only lose conditions, hopefully. I love saying that and then just getting melted. It's not really what I like, but you know, sometimes that happens to me. We get the Ice Comb, the body block, so then it dies, and we're fine. All right, let's go for a freeze again. I'm feeling frisky with the freeze. I think it's not a bad decision. I want to do it at the right point, though. Because he still had Barbarians on the map. I was like, I was a little bit apprehensive. I was like, you know, we could probably cycle back to multiple freezes, but it's not worth. We got so many Inferno Dragons in the skies. It's nice to get those on the map. All right, we could freeze if he decides to go for Zappies. Otherwise, we're just going to chill a little bit. And I think, yeah, we're going to go Ice Golem here, so then we keep the Bomb Tower alive. And then I think, he goes Barbarians. We freeze on top of the Barbarians, and then the Hunter. And then we can go in for Evo Barbs on the left-hand side. Oh, he's got Graveyard! I wasn't ready, man. I mean, I am ready, but like my mental wasn't ready for that. I did not expect that even as a remote possibility. It's nice that this deck has the adaptability of still using the arrows and the Barbarian against the Graveyard, so I don't get finessed. That was not good. Okay, so I'm going to Inferno Dragon here, and then I can go Ice Golem and then Hog Rider, and he's going to go Barbarians. And then I think we're okay by just going in for this and then freezing. Because I think we can kill the Sparky with Barbarians. And then we can freeze on offense and win. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. As long as the Sparky doesn't hit my tower. Yeah, all right, cool. I was looking at that. I was like, is there any way he's able to thaw out of this situation? Nah. We had a game on lock as soon as we went in for that Hog. It's nice knowing that you can get guaranteed damage with Hog Rider plus freeze if your opponent doesn't have a building. So in those last-second sketchy situations where you're trying to do a tower trade, you'll win as long as you're able to distract your opponent's push long enough. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.